When is the last time someone asked you to do something and you responded, "Oh, I'd love to, but I don't have the time"? What if I could show you that that response is a victim mentality that keeps us trapped in chaos, overwhelm, and self-doubt? And when we change that perspective, it changes everything. As a Christian homemaker and mother, I have found that most of us have similar struggles nowadays. These challenges stem from mindsets that we are often completely unaware of, which means that most of the pressure and overwhelm that you are experiencing as a wife, mother, homemaker could be lifted off your shoulders by just making a few tweaks in your mindset. Hi, I'm Krista, and I am here to help Christian moms turn overwhelming chaos into peaceful productivity. If that sounds like something you need, then subscribe to my channel for weekly videos just like this one. Is it too cliche to say that the biggest roadblock to our own calm and joy is ourselves? 'Cause it's true most of the time. I'm going to take just a minute to open up a window into the way my mind works and see if you can relate. There are some days when I feel like I am a tiny grain of sand, and the waves of life's overwhelm and chaos just keep crashing down on top of me over and over again all day long. And then I usually say something along the lines of, well, this is just a season. It'll pass, right? So for now, I'll suffer. But while I'm suffering, it would be nice to get some validation from other moms around me who either have gone through similar things or haven't and are just going to feel, a lot of sympathy for me. That would be nice, right? So we can share some, whine a little, maybe sit in our closets and eat some of our stashed away chocolate and just throw ourselves a pity party. So, does anyone relate? Or is that just all me? As moms, we need to remember that life does not happen to us. It doesn't. Some days it feels like it, but it doesn't. God chose when we would be born, who our family would be. He knows what challenges we are going to be facing every day of our motherhood. And He has equipped us. He promised that He equipped us to live the way He's called us to live. And that is not in utter chaos. God is not a God of confusion or chaos. If that is what we're experiencing, maybe we're feeling out of control because we're choosing to do this journey alone, instead of trusting in the one who is waiting with exactly what we need. But again, that is a choice. God is sitting there waiting. The question is, are we choosing to seek out His aid? Now, I could talk about this all day, but let me give you one example of this mindset shift before we move on. Remember that friend we talked about that was asking you to do the thing or join the club or whatever they were asking you to do, and you said, "I'd love to, but I can't. I don't have enough time." But in reality, you can, and you do have enough time. You have chosen to use that time on other things that you are prioritizing higher. But the mindset we need to have is not that, "I just don't have enough time." It's, "That sounds really cool, but these other things are what I am choosing to prioritize in this season, and they fill up my schedule. So I'm going to choose to say no to this." The thing is that if you are struggling to maintain your home, or you don't have enough focus time with your kids, or you are mostly being an example of a stressed out or angry mom, then maybe we need to step back and look at what we're prioritizing. Our choice, our control. Now, if we're going to not be victims in our motherhood anymore, there is another tough truth we have to be able to swallow. Our mood should not have anything to do with our circumstances. Before I hear your but, wait a minute, listen. Think about what your most stressful time of the day is. If you have it in your mind, go ahead and type it out in the comments below. I would love to hear it, and I'd love to see how many similarities there are amongst us moms, because I think we're going to find there's a lot. For me, I would say about the last hour before dinner needs to be on the table. The day's been full. Everyone's tired. And for young kids, tired usually means overstimulated and hyper and loud, very loud. And the house might be messy from the day. You're not ready to have it all picked up yet because there's an hour before dinner starts. It's just going to get messy again. And so things are a bit hectic. Now, during that time, do I get a strong temptation to move into a mood of being very short-tempered? Yes, I do. But can I choose to rejoice in the Lord always, despite my circumstances? Yes, I can. We can always make the choice to revert to joy. Always. Whew. Are you ready for one more hard truth? We cannot assign anyone else responsibility for teaching and training our children. Not teachers, not pastors or youth pastors or Sunday school teachers, not grandparents, no one else. No one besides you and your husband. If we put our kids in school for 8 hours a day under someone else's care, or we leave our kids in the nursery or the youth group during the entirety of the church service, or use the free babysitting services of grandma and grandpa on a regular basis, it will add so much convenience to our life. It will. It will. It really will. But we must make sure that we are owning the decisions that we are making entirely. Again, it's not happening to us. We are making the choices. If our children do not get trained up in the way they should go, there will be a day when we face our Maker and we'll say, we entrusted them to certified teachers and staff or teachers at a good church, or to my own parents. They did not teach them well. But then God would say, I did not give those children to the teachers and the pastors and the grandparents. I gave them to you. I gave you the wisdom and the tools needed to train them up in the way they should go. You chose to trust your children into someone else's care, and you will be held responsible for the consequences of that for all of eternity. I am not saying you should never send children to school, or you should never drop kids off at Sunday school, or grandparents should never have time watching their grandchildren. Quite a hypocrite I would be if I was saying that. No, what I'm saying is it's all the mentality. Again, as I said at the beginning, these are not a lot of action changes. These are mindset changes. And once we make these mindset shifts, it causes not only our outlook on life to change, our ability to conquer overwhelm, but also our recognition of responsibility and the seriousness that we need to take these decisions that we are making. We cannot blindly trust that someone who God did not give these children to will train them up in the way they should go. We need to recognize that if we are entrusting our children to somebody else, We are the ones choosing to do that, and we need to be making sure that they, despite that, are being trained up in the way they should go by us. Once that mindset shifts, taking ownership of where our children spend their precious moments becomes so much easier. So bottom line, these are hard truths, but they're also good news. We get to decide what kind of moms we are. We get to choose what our home life is like and what state our home is in. We get to decide what we prioritize and create a schedule that best serves our family. And we get to decide to ooze with joy through it all. This is awesome news, y'all. But I bet there's still a part of you thinking about that most stressful time of the day that we talked about earlier. Have you put it down in the comments yet? Right now, are you struggling with wrapping your mind around making that choice to not be ruled by the stress of the circumstances? Hard truths are hard to hear because they can be hard to do. And my job is to set you up for success. So these new mindsets are powerful, but I think there's some more tangible steps that you can take as well that will help turning that overwhelming chaos into peaceful productivity. And that is the next step I would love for you to take. If you click the link below, I am offering a free 5-day challenge to turn your laundry routine, no matter how overwhelming it currently is, into a 15-minute process every day. Do you think that might help you in that most stressful moment of the day? Click the link below. I'll see you on the other side. And remember, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Bye.